So here you are. Watch this. Okay, going into coverage, boom, 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 and then you stick your foot in the ground and go, and then end with violence. That's it, man. This is what they're looking at. Boom, ready? Stick your foot in the ground, go. Boom. Beautiful job. How do I get a college football scholarship? This is a series where we evaluate active high school football players and give them feedback on their X profile, what they're posting, what they should be posting. We evaluate their game film feedback, give them changes to potentially make, and then at the end, we're going to reveal what divisions they should be targeting. Are they a D3, D2, NAIA, Division 1 FCS, G5, or Power 4 player? And ultimately, at the very end, share what they need to do to get to the next level to help you in the recruiting process. And if you want a professional evaluation just like this, I'll leave a link in the description below. I also want to be clear that I am a former Division 1 football player. I earned a college football scholarship in the SEC at Ole Miss at just 5'7", 150 pounds. And this evaluation was done not only by myself, but our head coach, Brian Overton, who has 15 years of college football recruiting experience. So let's jump right into it. So we're evaluating Jaden Johnson today. Really solid player. And so just a little bit of feedback. Let's jump right into his X profile. So first thing here is we want to add your high school and a personal email to your bio. This is really important so we know, one, where you are, what your high school is, for outreach purposes. So, it's very simple for a coach to know, okay, here's where he's at. Here's the high school that he goes to. It makes it easier for coaches to contact you, and anything we can do to make it easier for coaches to contact you, we want to do, which is really important. All right. I would also put your city and state in the location in your bio. So right here, there's an area to put your city and state, not just your state, but the city and state. This is really important because some high schools have, there's high schools with the same name in different cities and different states, right? So again, this goes back to just making it much easier for coaches to know, okay, here's where he's at, here's the location. It also helps them for evaluation purposes, building their profile of you in their ARM software. Okay. I would also add a banner photo just to make it look nice and clean. So up here, there's kind of no photo. The more you can make it look updated, clean, the easier it is for them. Also, you can't really tell who you are. So if you can get a good picture with you and your number, again, that makes it really easy for coaches to create a profile for you in the ARMS software. So you want to make sure to do that. So let's talk about the X post feedback, and I'm actually going to jump into your X account for this. But we got to get way more active on your posts. So right here, you can see we have a post on, oh, is this your pinned post? Okay, yeah, so this is a post from a long time ago, but again, it's a repost, repost. So there's not really anything in here. Okay, so here's a post right here. Prospect camp. Okay, I'll get into tagging the coaches, but just as far as posting, like we've got to get posting way more regular, right? So some things that you could post, highlights. I'm a fan of it's about the algorithm, right? If you're following coaches, they're going to follow you back. And when they're following you back, you want to be in their algorithm. You want them to see your posts over and over so they keep seeing your name. So when you do outreach to them, they're like, okay, let me see what this guy has to say, right? So you could do every day, you could post one highlight, right? From practice, from games, and then of course you'll do your midseason and stuff like that. We'll talk a little later, but like you gotta post, right? Skill development. This could be like you out on the field working on your craft, working on your footwork, working on, your slides, working on different things that you're doing. Post that, right? Workouts when you're in the weight room, right? Every time you go in the weight room, you're doing 3-4 movements. If you just record one movement of each movement, like one set of each movement, like that's already 4 days of posting right there, right? So we want to get that. Any team related content, the stuff you're eating, like it just shows all around who you are, what you like to do for fun. Don't be afraid to post some things outside of football that you do for fun. Again, at the end of the day, you want to make sure that coaches get an idea of who you are, right? This makes it so that when you do talk to them on the phone, when you do connect with them, they already they'll feel connected with you. And this is going to be really important for the recruiting process. Also, make sure you're following as many coaches as possible at your targeted schools. So now that we're going to let you know, hey, here are the divisions you should target, we got to start choosing schools that fit within those targeted divisions, and we got to start following those coaches. This is so when you begin to post, you'll be able to tag those coaches in your post. A coach should be able to go to your page and get a really good feel for who you are as a player and a person scrolling through your post. So like even in this post, let's see, this is probably one from Kaiser. Okay, good. And then who do we got here? What's cool? Football. Saying, hey, like I grew up in Palm Beach. I went to Palm Beach Central, so this is awesome. But I want to see all these coaches that you're currently connected with. But you didn't even post this. Wait, isn't there one that you did? Okay, here's your post. Okay, good. Let's see. No coaches tagged. Man, we got to get coaches tagged, right? This is really, really important. So these are just some little things that you could do. Let's go to follow. Let's see who you're following. I want to see coaches. Right? You're following FIU. I want to see all the position coaches that FIU that you should be following. Following other players. We got to just jump on this, right? So when you're posting all these posts, you could do a rotation of tagging these coaches. All right, so let's move on to the game film feedback. Really good player. Really good player. Some things that we're going to walk through with your plays here. And good job of putting together your midseason highlights. Makes it much easier for coaches, and just really good job there. You got some really nice plays for sure. First, you need to make an info slide to put at the beginning of the tape that has all of your information I mentioned that is at the top of your X bio, right? So all the things that we talked about, this is really good. We want to add city, state, your high school. Actually, one thing that I did not mention here is we want to add a personal email and then a link to your huddle. I'll put that in the feedback there. For some reason, I went over that a little quickly there, so I apologize about that. But make sure we get your personal email and then a direct link right to your huddle account. Will be right there. So I apologize for missing that. I'll add that to the feedback. But we want to make sure that's there and make it easy for them. So then on your info slide, so at the beginning of your highlight tape here, okay. So this way, at the very beginning of your tape, there's no info slide. So everything that we talked about that's on your X account, you want to put on your info slide plus your X handle, right? You want to make sure and add that there. So I'm going to kind of go back and forth a little bit between this and your huddle. So here we go. Okay, so we already talked about that. So play number 10 is like your best play. It's not even close. It shows how you burst, your violence. By far, favorite play of mine and our head coaches. Really good play. So here's the play. Good job of circling yourself. So you had two plays before this that they were good, but this shows it. Like, let me just rewind here. Here we go. Boom. So here you are. Watch this. Okay, going into coverage, boom, 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 and then you stick your foot in the ground and go, and then end with violence. That's it, man. This is what coaches are at the college football level are looking for. This is what they're looking at. Boom, ready? Stick your foot in the ground, go. Boom. Beautiful job. Really, really good play. I know your first two plays are solid at the point of attack, but that play right there, it shows like college coaches what they're looking for. And so we suggest highly moving that to your first play. Couple plays that I think you could take out. Play 121 and 133. They're good plays, but you have too many other good plays. And again, this is why every highlight tape's a little different. But this is a really good job of scraping across the top, getting off the block, and getting. But by the time you kind of got to the dance there, the tackle was already made, right? So let's just come back to the beginning here. So again, it shows really good. Boom, come in, get off the block, scrape, get down the line. But again, the tackle was already made. And you just have too many good plays where you don't need that, right? Let's look at 133 as well. So let's come. Oh, it's right into your next play. So this is the same kind of deal. I'd like to see you circle yourself before the play starts, by the way. But again, it's kind of the same thing. You did a good job, but by the time we got there, the play had already been made, right? So you have too many good plays to have that in there. Go ahead and take that stuff out. So these plays where you were more cleaning up the play than actually making it, so you don't want to water down a good highlight tape with those plays. All right. There's some other changes I'm going to talk to you about in your highlight tape. when we go for what you need to do to get to the next level. But here's where you're at right now. Based on your game film, based on everything in your evaluation at this point, we believe that you are a strong Division II scholarship player with the ability to go D1 FCS. Now, I'm going to share with you some reasons why and what you need to do to get to the next level, but it's important to understand how we position these 3 levels, okay? So everyone wants to play Division I, right? And you have the ability to do that, especially if you make some of the changes that I'm going to share with you here in this video. With that being said, momentum matters. Getting momentum matters. Putting yourself in that position matters. So what we suggest is spending 50% of your time on Division II, 30% of your time on NAIA programs, and 20% of your time targeting FCS schools. All right. So when you build your big board of 50 to 60 schools, that's how you want to split up your time. And so the reason we're doing that is because these are going to be sure thing. You're going to get some offers, and this is like for the Division I FCS, it's like we got to get one coach to believe in you, right? But I want to be clear on this. The relationship building is going to be everything. You can't just do outreach and expect offers, right? It's the outreach, it's the follow-up, it's the building relationships with coaches. Once you do the outreach and you know who the area coach is, got to build relationships with those area coaches. I have other videos in here that talk about that. So let's talk about what you need to do to get to the next level. We love the way you fly around and make plays as a 2026, right? So much potential here, and your development is really going to matter. If you develop a whole bunch between this year and next year, you could be looking at a G5 and above, right? So going forward, make sure that your physicality and violence at the position stays consistent, all right? You have plays on your tape where you duck your head and don't strike the guy. So let's look at 241. So if we come here to pay, okay, so there's a really good example of it right here. Right here, like boom, boom, right? So you kind of go down, go ahead, and look, he gets an additional 3-4 yards, right? You have the ability. You've shown it. You have the violence and the ability. Get in there, get low, strike it, get your hips down, right? Bend your knees, get your hips down, make the tackle, and where you hit him is where he should end. He should not move forward, right? This is when you start looking at FCS and G5, like these linebackers, running backs aren't moving forward, they're moving backwards. So I'd love to see when they get to that line, you come in, you strike head up, right on his chest, hit him, and go backwards. Same thing, let's look at 311. Go right here to 311. Remember, circle yourself before. Boom. See how you kind of go in, duck your head? You're too talented for that, right? This is a huge opportunity for you. Meet this running back in the hole, lower your hips, strike him, and push him backwards. If you want to watch a good play of that, watch a great play is Patrick Willis at Ole Miss. Google Patrick Willis Ole Miss with this play against LSU, where he comes in, literally picks up the guy, slams him, and rolls over on top of him. That's what I want to see you doing, Jaden, and that's what G5, Power 4, FCS coaches are looking for, right? They're not going to recruit a guy that's allowing 3-4 yards in high school, right? So it's a great opportunity, and you're young, so you have this ability to do that. Get bigger and stronger, right? So that goes to the second sign. You show good instincts and run well, so make sure you continue to add strength. So when you strike ball carriers, you can knock them back, right? That's what we're going to look for. This is a big thing for you. Work on hip flexibility that'll help you in pass coverage at the next level. So we definitely want to see that. Work on those type of drills. If you could show these things on tape, you'll greatly increase your chances at getting an opportunity at the next level and higher at the next level, right? Versus just Division II or NAIA. So Jaden, I hope this provided you a ton of value. There's some really good things here. You're a great player. You have a lot of potential, and I'd love to see you really make a huge jump this year and next year and put yourself in a position where you could be a solid FCS G5 player or above. Now, if you got value from this video, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification. And if you'd like to watch an evaluation our team did of another great player, then I'll leave that video right here.